Welcome to Birdseeds. So we've talked about in the past how sometimes I would put my clients' needs, other people's needs in front of my own needs. And as simple as like when I made a commitment with somebody, when I told them I was going to show them a house Saturday at noon or whatever it might be, I was going to show up Saturday at noon no matter what. That was the commitment I made that was going to happen. And I never asked for reschedule. I never asked to see if another time worked better. Again, that was just the commitment I made. That was the time I was going to do it. And something as simple as when you show houses, sometimes originally we're going to show a house, let's say, in Anne Arundel County at noon, and then you had a Carroll County at 2, and then you had a Frederick at 4, and then you went back to Anne Arundel County at 6. I'm just making up things that if you're not from Maryland, you would have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, these locations that are like 45 minutes apart from each other. And in that sense, man, it would really be awesome if I could kind of line up those two Anne Arundel counties in that example so that they're, in the same window, save some drive time. And for some reason, I was always kind of just afraid to see if I could reschedule. So nope, I said noon, I said 6, that's what I'm going to do. And at some point I just said, you know what, I'm going to ask, hey, it's okay. If we're going to keep noon, we're going to keep 6. That's fine. Not a big deal. I got it. But let me ask you, would it be okay or would it be better for you if we did other times? And lo and behold, guess what? It was better for him. And I just went through this. I had a coaching call with my awesome coach, Tom Jacks, which, has been a guest on this podcast here. And he reached out. We had a call scheduled for 1:30 yesterday. And he reached out. I can't remember if it was the day before or earlier in the day and said, hey, any chance you could do 2? I was like, you don't have any idea how much better that made my day. How much smoother, how less rushing I had to do. I got to stop and run another errand I wanted to run. So man, that was perfect. And it just kind of reminded me exactly of that just ask if it works better for him. You'd be surprised. Sometimes it's mutually better. And sometimes I say, no, I can't do it. And that's totally fine, right? You committed to a time, hold that time. But for some reason, I was so rigid in that thought. And it's so awesome to not be rigid in that thought and just ask the question, hey, is there a time that would work? And it goes beyond just timing, right? Just ask people. When you're putting yourself out to make something happen and there's a way to make your life easier, what's the harm in just asking? You don't have to say, oh, I can't do that time anymore. They're not going to look at it as negative. They're going to say, yeah, I wish I could. Unfortunately, we have plans at that time. I really got to keep my original appointment. Okay, cool. Not a problem. I'll see you when I said I was going to see you. But why not just ask? You never know what's going to work for other people. So, it's a super short episode here. I really just wanted to kind of hit on the fact that we can't, it follows up on the other episode, that we can't just always put other people in front of ourselves. We got to think about ourselves sometimes and, just loosen up a little bit. At the end of the day, just loosen up. Don't be so rigid, at least for me. Joe, stop being so rigid. See, I got to talk to myself times to tell myself how to just kind of relax and let things fall where they're going to fall. You don't have to control every moment, Joe. Anyway, you got to experience me talking in third person, and I hope it's helpful. I hope it motivates or inspires somebody to just, see what other options are out there for you. So thanks again, Birdseeds. Have a great day.